Now in 4 News Now at 6, a law that would lower the legal drinking limit to drive in Washington is now one step closer to becoming law. Why some say this won't do anything to stop drunk driving.
I'm tracking more wet weather in the first alert forecast. I'll let you know if there's any snow headed this way.
And people living near Fairchild Air Force Base have had water filters for years. Now they're partnering with researchers to find out if they really work. We'll show you whether those filters are actually removing dangerous forever chemicals from their water. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
5 Spokane teenagers are now facing charges for kidnapping and luring another teen. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Police say they were alerted because of a video showing the victim tied to a chair and being assaulted. Police also say you can see the suspects threatening the victim with guns. The investigation led detectives to an apartment in North Spokane. They arrested 5 people between the ages of 15 and 17. The teens are now facing kidnapping and assault charges.
Well, the streets across Spokane and Washington could soon get safer as a new bill would crack down on drunk driving.
Yeah, Senate Bill 5067 would lower the legal limit for a driver's blood alcohol concentration from 0.08% to 0.05. Madeline Mullins is live tonight. So Madeline, why are lawmakers making this change now?
Yeah, well, in Washington, between 2020 and 2024, 156 people died in car crashes that involved a driver with a blood alcohol content lower than 0.08. And lawmakers say those people may still be alive today if this law was in place. In Washington, drunk driving is becoming increasingly more common.
It used to be maybe we do 1 or 2 intakes for DUIs every week. Now we're in the, we can range anywhere from 3 to 10.
In 2025, WSP arrested 946 people for DUIs in Spokane County. That's 300 more than in 2021. And this is not just a local problem, but a statewide one.
Overall impairment is number 1, and both speeding and alcohol impairment specifically are basically tied for number 2 as the greatest risk factor involved in fatal crashes in Washington.
The hope is by lowering the limit, more people will think twice before getting behind the wheel. The National Highway Traffic Safety Association says a blood alcohol content of 0.05 can impact coordination, the ability to steer, and respond to emergency situations. But some people have concerns over how effective this will be.
The deterrence factor may not be as impactful as our state legislature believes, because the deterrence is for somebody that would be in between that 0.05 to 0.08 range and having them make the decision of whether they're going to have another glass of wine with dinner. Often DUIs result in BAC levels mostly above 0.12 and above.
If passed, the state would have to create a campaign before this goes into effect that educates drivers of the risk of driving above a 0.05 limit. Now, this bill passed the state Senate yesterday and will now head to the House. And if approved, this would go into effect July 1st. Washington would join Utah as the only other state with this low of a limit. Live in downtown Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Madeline, thank you so much. Senators in our nation's capital have reached a last-minute deal aimed at avoiding a partial government shutdown. Democrats had pushed for funding for the Department of Homeland Security to be separated from the broader government spending package so it could be renegotiated. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the agreement does just that, keeping Homeland Security funded for 2 more weeks while lawmakers work on a long-term plan. The deal still needs approval from both the full Senate and the House before midnight to prevent a shutdown.
A Spokane County man will spend the rest of his life in prison for molesting 2 boys. Prosecutors say 32-year-old Ryan Herman was convicted of molesting 2 young brothers while serving as their caretaker. The abuse happened in 2018 in the Medical Lake area when the boys were between 7 and 10 years old. A jury found Herman guilty of 3 counts of first-degree child molestation, and a judge sentenced him to life without parole. Well, it was another dreary and quite damp day across the inland Northwest.
And we're expecting more of the same tomorrow. Here's Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
But it is going to be unseasonably warm. There is perhaps the good news for folks of mild weather, but we do have another round of rain that's coming in later this evening, and it will likely all be rain as temperatures are quite warm across the region. Let's look at our forecast radar showing that next round of rain coming in late tonight. Actually, here's 2 a.m. And we see that steady precipitation and only the highest mountain snow with this system. We're dry by 8 a.m. and will stay dry through most of the morning. By noon, we start to bring back the chance of showers, and then we're going to dry out again for Friday night, staying mostly dry for Saturday. High temperatures tomorrow, 10 degrees above average, 46 in Spokane, 47 in Coeur d'Alene. We'll be in the 40s throughout the inland Northwest. Just a couple of exceptions. Winthrop at 37 and Lewiston getting up to 55 right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Lower to mid 40s will be common. 45 tomorrow in Meade, 46 at the airport, 47 in Cheney and Spangle, as well as Coeur d'Alene. Your Friday planner, it's going to be a gray start to the day with low clouds and fog, that rain picking up in the afternoon. 46 degrees for our high before we begin drying out Friday night. Don't think we're going to see any sunshine tomorrow. I'll be back with your weekend outlook in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Gonzaga basketball, welcome back one hugely important player to the lineup this weekend.
Yeah, the Zags need all the help they can get against arch rivals St. Mary's on Saturday. And our Jack Wallace is live outside the kennel with an injury update.
Welcome back, Graham Ike. You've been sorely missed by Gonzaga fans and players alike, even though this team has so far played pretty well without him. It's packing up a whole lot of good wins, but they really need him back for this St. Mary's Gales game. This huge rivalry game between two teams on the West Coast, played well over 100 times. Going to be a ton of fun behind me in the kennel over this weekend on Saturday night. But talking about how this team has performed so far without Graham Ike, it's been pretty good. They've been 3-0 over this 3-game stretch, including wins at Pepperdine, then against San Francisco. They had the Washington State win, all of that over the past 12 days. Really impressive so far to get this All-American caliber back in the starting lineup. And head coach Mark Few did speak today about the great effort this team has put into the stretch and how the versatility led them to keep on winning.
You know, being successful in other areas. I mean, defensively, we've been really, really active. We've been turning guys over, making plays, making the teams make adjustments with their lineups even. And obviously, Jalen's been a huge key to that, and Davis getting in there. But I feel like Ty's stepped his game up, and you know, we've gotten different, really big games from different guys during this whole stretch.
That's only the second time this season and first time in a month we've seen a 3-game stretch feature 3 different players as leading scorers, and none of them including Ike or Huff. So it's great to see this team having a lot of the good depth. We've been speaking about it all season long, how this team is using so many different guys, especially at the wing position, to be able to give them a lot of points on the board and get a lot of stops on the defensive side. We're going to talk to one of those guys, Jalen Worley, who's been oh so good on both sides of the ball. We have sound from him coming up later in the show, so make sure not to miss it ahead of this huge game against St. Mary's. Can't wait to hear that crazy crowd rush back into the kennel coming up on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Reporting outside the kennel, I'm Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
Thank you, Jack. ESPN analyst Sean Farnham will be on the call for Saturday's game, which means it's the return of Farnham Flatbread Night at the Davenport Tower tomorrow. The dish is named after Farnham, who loved the spicy shrimp and pesto flatbread at the Safari Room so much they named it after him. He'll be there tomorrow night between 4 and 6 p.m. to deliver those flatbreads personally. He stopped by our studio today to talk about how this could be the last Farnham Flatbread Night, with the Zags moving from the WCC to the Pac-12 next year.
It won't feel the same because it won't have the added significance of like, hey, this is for the NCAA tournament. What it will be is just a great game.
All proceeds from the happy hour event at the Safari Room tomorrow night will go to the American Cancer Society.
Well, right now, we are helping collect airline miles and cash for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Coming up next, we'll introduce you to some of the kids in our area who've had their hardships turned into unforgettable memories thanks to Make-A-Wish, and how you can donate. And some North Idaho moms are choosing homes and birth centers over hospitals. Why midwives are seeing this surge and how they're keeping up.
And empty classrooms at Fairchild Air Force Base are hurting funding for the Medical Lake School District. We'll show you how a new state bill could help Hallett Elementary without burdening taxpayers. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Book your stay and play today at MissaquaCasinoHotel.com.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
You're home for Jay and Kevin in the morning. I just want to love somebody. You ain't nothing but a liar. Somebody pour me a drink.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Okay, team, this year when people call the Easy Home Buyer, I want to offer more for their home. We're going to buy the home as is and close in as little as 14 days and give them a check. Let's go.
Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Why wait? The President's Day sale is here early at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores. And for a limited time, we're doubling and tripling down on discounts. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big so you can make the most of your tax refund and find a deal you'll love. Plus, with special 5-year financing until 2031, you can get that new theater sofa, dining set, or bedroom set and pay over time. On now at Walker's.
Every child deserves a chance to dream big. If You Could Save Just One provides a supportive space where youth can discover their passions and potential.
Positive activities and caring relationships help youth build resilience and create paths to success. At Just One, we offer free programs, mentorships, and resources that help kids in Spokane Hilliard neighborhood build brighter futures.
Numerica is proud to donate $1,000 to Just One because strong communities start with strong kids. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Now on stage at Spokane's First Interstate Center through February 15th. Get your tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back. Right now, we're in the middle of our Wishes in Flight Miles Drive to support the Make-A-Wish Foundation, as flights are one of their biggest expenses.
Yeah, all month we've been sharing stories about how the foundation has helped turn hardship into unforgettable, once-in-a-lifetime experiences for families, just like the family of 5-year-old Charlie, whose wish was to go on an epic adventure.
You feel just like you're immersed in Mario, and his eyes just like lit up. Just the magic of, I'm going through the green tube right now.
It was like when every time we went to the ride, they literally just took us to the front.
Right to the front. Mario World was just the beginning of the family's trip to Universal's Epic Universe in Orlando. They also experienced the wizarding world of Harry Potter with rides Charlie and his brother Thomas just couldn't get enough of. And now the family says that they want to give back as wish granters one day so more kids can have the chance to go on adventures of their own.
Now, 4-year-old Hazel from Moses Lake was diagnosed with a life-threatening metabolic disorder. Her wish was to meet a mermaid. So Make-A-Wish sent the whole family to Hawaii, where they were greeted with leis. And when they turned the corner, Mermaid Mariah was there to meet Hazel.
I think it was just surreal to me to see it really happen.
But Hazel's dream wasn't the only one that came true that day.
To not have any of those concerns, to not have anything to worry about other than seeing everyone smile again.
Our family to be together. Like,
it was super special.
Yeah, so special.
I think Dad in that story got all of us a little misty when it first aired.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy to share, and all of the families to share so openly about, medical issues that flipped their worlds upside down. We just really appreciate all of you.
Which makes these trips for them so special.
Absolutely. So we would like to hear from you. If you'd like to donate your miles or cash to help more wishes come true, call the number on your screen right now. That number is 1-800-304-9474. And that line is going to be active until 8 o'clock tonight.
Well, it has been an interesting month of extremes. Here's a look at our high temperatures so far this month. We had above average temperatures in the orange, then more than a week of below average temperatures. Now we're starting off a long run of temperatures in the 40s. It was 41 degrees today. I'll be back with even warmer weather in the 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the National RV Show and Sale, January 15th through the 19th.
Ready for a refresh? From fabrics to the floor plan, we can pull it all together. Create spaces you'll love. For a limited time, get free accessories with your furniture purchase. The Tin Roof, it's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
Thanks for helping out today, Davis. Hey, how did you convince Gonzaga this was important enough to send you out?
Oh, easy. I just told him the truth.
Which is what?
That there was a customer without heat.
Oh, okay.
And you had no chance of fixing it without my help.
You just hold the flashlight.
Well, yeah. I doubt you could fix this in the dark.
Really?
Call 208-777-5528 now to schedule your $26 tune-up.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Work at 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models.
See your local GMC dealer.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Ready for a refresh? From fabrics to the floor plan, we can pull it all together. Create spaces you'll love. For a limited time, get free accessories with your furniture purchase. The Tin Roof, it's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
It's a sellout in Philadelphia, and here we come. Tomorrow morning, Robin Roberts, GMA, and some of the greatest players in women's basketball all in Philly live. And Wanda Sykes is going to be there too. Tomorrow morning will be unrivaled fun on Good Morning America.
All right, plenty of fog out there this morning. It was quite something.
I know. I just wanted to stay under the blanket for as long as I could, Chris. I'm sure a lot of people felt that way.
We've got that kind of weather coming ahead, but it's one of those things, the opposite of last week where you looked out and it was sunny and you'd go outside and it was in the 20s. It looks cold, gray, dark, and damp, but temperatures are going to be in the 40s, and we're close to that right now in Spokane. 39 in Spokane right now with cloudy skies. It's cloudy and 37 in Coeur d'Alene with some rain on the way later this evening and more on the way as well. Here's the view in Sandpoint. We're at one of the spots where the fog is especially thick this evening, and we've had some light drizzle coming out of the fog as well. Visibility actually in good shape in Spokane. It's the northern valleys that have got it today. Omak, 2-mile visibility down to less than a quarter mile in Colville and a mile in Sandpoint, where we're seeing the problems with our visibility, 4-mile visibility in Coeur d'Alene. The fog will be most intense in those northern valleys overnight. 4 things to know about your weather. We have more wet weather coming later this evening, and then tomorrow afternoon it is going to be unseasonably warm with high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Less damp this weekend. We're still going to start the day off with some fog, but in terms of precipitation falling, we're not going to see much at all of that. Our chance of precipitation on Friday will actually be dry to start the day, even though it may not look like it with the fog and the wet streets. And then our chance of rain kicks up in the afternoon before tapering off heading into Friday evening. Precipitation totals in general will be fairly light through Friday evening. In North Idaho, we could see over 1/10 of an inch, but 100ths of an inch will be common in Spokane. A little bit more as we head into the Waterville Plateau and up into the Okanagan Valley. Winthrop, 2100ths. Meanwhile, those temperatures, this white line is our average high. We're going to be in the mid 40s and even the upper 40s in the 7-day forecast, and that trend continues. 8 to 14-day forecast. This is February 6th through the 12th. Still calling for above average temperatures, way below average temperatures in the Northeast. And it's starting to hedge away from the drier than average conditions. We're sort of in the gray zone there, so remains to be seen. But we're not seeing a lot of wet weather over the next 7 days. We've got that chance tomorrow in the afternoon. Low clouds and fog, a little bit of light rain possible Sunday evening into early Monday morning, and then we are dry the rest of the 7-day forecast, potentially seeing some sunshine middle of next week.
All right, Chris, thank you. A new bill in Idaho could prevent convicted criminals from profiting by sharing their stories.
Sponsors of the bill say high-profile cases like Bryan Kohberger's trial inspired this bill. Derek Strom joins us in studio with why legislators say this bill is needed.
Derek, Kirsten, Idaho has a law from 1978 that only applies to criminals profiting from reenactments of their crimes. Lawmakers hope this bill will make sure any profits from book deals or movies will go to the victims instead of the offenders. Several states have laws that require the profits from a criminal's sale of their story for a book, movie, or other media to be put into an account and distributed to victims. Idaho's law currently only applies to reenactments of crimes, and legislators decided it's time to update the regulations.
Technology's changed, and the way that we're able to bring about entertainment and things like that has changed. So yeah, in modernizing it, I wanted to make sure we were including things like podcasts and books and movies and appearances and licensing, things along those lines.
If the bill passes, any money that a criminal would be paid for telling their story of a crime would be put into an escrow account for 5 years. Victims of that crime would be able to file civil lawsuits or claims, and a judge could grant them money from that account.
Criminals should not be necessarily profiting off of their crimes, especially if they're heinous type crimes. I just feel that, inside of me, it just feels that is really wrong to be able to profit off of your crime like that.
Both sponsors of the bill in the Senate and the House say the Moscow murders and Bryan Kohberger's trial partially inspired this bill. Kootenai County Representative Elaine Price says this issue hits especially close to home for her.
Several of the families live in my community. I attend church with one of the mothers, so they definitely came to mind.
The sponsors of this bill is expected to have widespread support in the House and the Senate, and if it passes, it would go into effect in July of this year. In studio, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thank you. So are water filters near Fairchild Air Force Base really keeping forever chemicals out of tap water?
We'll show you how scientists are testing them coming up. Activists across the country are calling for a national shutdown to protest immigration enforcement, and ICE will break down what they're demanding and why this movement is gaining momentum across the U.S.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
This is your community, and your stories deserve to be heard. At 4 News Now, we're here to listen, connect, and bring you the news that truly matters. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
I'm Judy Warren.
And I'm Gordon Warren.
So we decided we'd come up to Spokane and have a look at retirement communities in this area. And Orchard Crest beat all of them out.
The activity program, the food.
We also really love the friendship here. The people are very warm and welcoming. I highly recommend Orchard Crest. I think there's no better place.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment? Put them in check with Rinvoq. Rinvoq works differently, and it's a once daily pill.
When symptoms tried to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
Rapid symptom relief, visible repair of the intestinal lining,
and lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Hey, Chad here from the Easy Home Buyer. If you want to know how easy it is to sell your house fast, just pull out your phone and scan this QR code. It's that simple.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Without my good feet, I would not be able to do this. And remember, I'm in my 60s. Hey!
Welcome back. Midwives in the region are seeing a surge of interest for their services.
Some say it's due to the rising popularity of natural birth and mothers wanting more body autonomy, but others are pointing to a lack of access to care. Alexander Conyard takes us inside a local birth center and shares what experts have to say.
This is not your typical commercial building. It's a welcoming space carefully designed for expecting mothers.
It's a safe place where all the emotions of motherhood can be expressed.
Andrea Roltgen is a licensed midwife and owns this space, which has 2 birth suites and practically everything else someone might need to feel at home.
I really sought for a peaceful place for moms to land.
Roltgen says she noticed an increase of mothers turning to options like this. State data backs that up. In the Panhandle, out-of-hospital births are up by around 1.5%. And some North Idaho counties, like Bonner, are seeing an increase of up to 5%.
We don't have enough midwives in this area to answer all of the inquiries. That's the true need right now.
She and other midwives attribute the surge to a few things. One is a growing interest in having babies outside of a hospital. The other is a lack of access to care.
It's just, there's a lot of people and not a lot of doctors.
Keisha DeRose, a midwife that works both in Idaho and Washington, says she started to notice a big jump after the pandemic.
I think it's a resurgence in people realizing they don't have the autonomy they thought that they had and trying to seek that out actively, which is a beautiful thing.
Both midwives say it can be challenging to keep up with the rising demand, but they believe this is filling a growing need, one birth at a time.
I do think it's a huge service and a huge opportunity for families to evaluate.
In Post Falls, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
Well, empty seats at a school on Fairchild Air Force Base are blocking funding for other schools.
We'll show you how a bill could change that. And hundreds of homes near Fairchild have water filters, but residents want to know if they're really keeping out forever chemicals. We'll tell you about the testing they want done next on 4 News Now.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last.
Plus, get 60 months, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Now on stage at Spokane's First Interstate Center through February 15th. Get your tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
It's the home remodeling sale. This week at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
Shop where the contractors go to get warehouse pricing on hundreds of exotic new looks. From water-resistant laminate flooring to beautiful new entry doors or stair posts and components. Windsor Plywood has a variety of fun items to give your home, office, or cabin a new look for the new year.
Windsor Plywood.
Hi, how can I help you guys?
We're here to win.
Oh my gosh!
Is this on your bucket list? Win big at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel, proud sponsor of Gonzaga basketball.
It's more than a ring. It's more than a necklace. It's your life. And it's how you mark your moment. Whether it's a gift for yourself or an engagement ring, the moment needs to be unforgettable. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, get 60 months, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We've covered the dangers of so-called PFAS for years. About 4,000 homes in Airway Heights are dealing with these dangerous chemicals in their water.
And it comes from firefighting foam used at Fairchild and the Spokane Airport. After years of concern, they're doing a new study to test if the water filters in residents' homes are actually working. Angela Hara talked with neighbors about this new development.
Some of these homes behind me may have water filters installed in them, but now they're partnering with researchers to see if they're actually working and if they're fully filtering out those forever chemicals. Homeowners near the Spokane International Airport and Fairchild's Air Force Base are at risk of PFAS, or the man-made synthetic chemicals that have seeped into their water supply, and if not filtered properly, could become a problem. Residents like John Hancock live in this affected area.
I didn't pay much attention to it until a close friend, neighbor from down the street said that her husband and her mother had died of cancer, and the Air Force told her not to drink her water anymore.
The Department of Defense installed more than 100 filters in homes aimed at making the water safe to use. But several years later, residents formed the West Plains Water Coalition, which raised concerns about those filters.
Because PFAS is odorless, colorless, tasteless in parts per trillion. So there's no way for a homeowner to test whether the water coming out of the filter is actually pure.
And now they are partnering with a professor from the University of Colorado who will lead a research project that involves the testing of 60 homes with existing filters to see if they are actually producing clean water. Hancock believes the government should pay for studies like this and to clean it up.
The cost of testing home water can be as much as $400. Not everyone in my neighborhood can afford that, so there's still a gap of people who don't know about their water because they can't afford to buy their own tests, and there's no general free testing yet available.
If you are in need of clean water and qualify under the Fairchild study area, water delivery and filter sheds are available upon request. In Airway Heights, Angela Hara, 4 News Now.
Well, PFAS has been an issue around Fairchild Air Force Base for years, and the federal government has been quietly pushing back its cleanup. The Department of Defense was supposed to deliver a plan this July, but that deadline has now been pushed back to June of 2032.
It's just frustrating to feel like what the neighbors have to say doesn't matter very much. And the pressure of the local electeds doesn't seem to matter very much either.
To see what's causing this delay, look for Natalie Grant's special report right now on KXLY.com.
All right, get ready for another round of wet weather.
Yeah, but could we see snow anywhere? Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. Of course, we want to know about the valleys, Chris.
Yes, well, in the mountains, we are going to see some snow with this system moving through, but just not very much, and we're not going to see a lot of rain in the valleys as well. This will move through later this evening, bringing some light precipitation through the very early morning hours. We have another chance for some light rain tomorrow afternoon, and it is rain. Take a look at the temperatures around the region. It's still 40 degrees in Pullman, 45 in Lewiston, 39 in Spokane, and 37 in Coeur d'Alene. And the temperatures that we see here are not going to change much from our current readings. Our air mass is already saturated. We're right at the dew point. The temperature does not drop below the dew point. And so we are going to be holding steady in the mid-30s through the night. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., 0% chance of measurable rain. The overnight rain will have wrapped up, but it's still going to be a foggy and damp morning, and you may run into a little bit of drizzle. The temperatures, though, by 11 a.m., we're in the 40s, 44 at noon. Then our next chance of rain kicks in the afternoon, but won't last long. We will be dry by tomorrow evening. High tomorrow, 10 degrees above average, and we've got a lot of warm weather in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. A bill moving through the Washington State Senate could save taxpayers in Medical Lake from paying for expensive school renovations.
Yeah, right now the local elementary school doesn't qualify for any money from the state, but school leaders say there's a flaw in the system. Mary Sheridan explains.
On paper, Medical Lake School District has more than enough classroom space.
Michael Anderson Elementary on Fairchild, it was built to handle 600 students. Well, they only have around 400 students.
But State Senator Leonard Christian explains it's unlikely this school will ever be at capacity. First, buildings on military bases are usually built with many functions in mind, so a school could just as soon be a hospital. And secondly, not everyone can go to that school.
You can't just shift people over because they're not military connected. You know, these students aren't necessarily able to go onto military installations. It's a secured facility.
But Senator Christian believes this extra capacity is negatively impacting Medical Lake's other K-5 school, Hallett Elementary. It's been more than 30 years since Hallett Elementary School saw any renovations. But since Michael Anderson Elementary, located on Fairchild Air Force Base, isn't at capacity, the Medical Lake School District can't apply for any state construction funding. But Senate Bill 5901 is trying to change that. The bill would change the state funding model to accommodate school districts with military bases. This way, the extra seats at Michael Anderson wouldn't disadvantage students at Hallett. School leaders say the difference would be immense.
$14 million that we would be eligible for in terms of state matching funds.
Without it, taxpayers in Medical Lake would have to foot the bill. Medical Lake superintendent says many members of the community are still rebuilding from the devastating Gray wildfire from the summer of 2023.
Placing that burden on our taxpayers would be extremely difficult.
The bill has bipartisan support in Olympia and is on its way to the Senate Ways and Means Committee. In Medical Lake, I'm Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Multiple boat dealerships all in one place. Shop and compare all in one place. One place that's heated and family friendly. Come see us at the Spokane Boat Show.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Work at 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models.
See your local GMC dealer.
Okay, team, this year when people call the Easy Home Buyer, I want to offer more for their home. We're going to buy the home as is and close in as little as 14 days and give them a check. Let's go.
Call the Easy Home Buyer.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis. Online at rnrrv.com.
The President's Day sale is here early at Walker's. We're doubling and tripling down on discounts. Plus, with special 5-year financing until 2031, create the home of your dreams and pay over time. Make the most of your tax return at Walker's.
It's bigger and better. The original annual Spokane Boat Show is 4 days with major dealers from the region. Family friendly and free parking at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
This season of 911 is TV's most emotionally satisfying roller coaster.
Thank you for saving her.
It's a high-speed thrill ride.
Please help! Help is on the way.
911, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Super speeders. Well, you're under arrest for criminal speed. Cops say they caught this guy going 122 miles an hour. Why, in the name of God's green earth, are you driving that fast?
The new Crackdown, next Inside Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Welcome back. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are a step closer to full strength ahead of this weekend's date against St. Mary's.
And star player Graham Ike is back, but just how big is the return for the Zags? Our sports director Jack Wallace is live outside the kennel about how impactful this is for GU.
Well, Graham Ike is just so much of what makes this Gonzaga team so good. He is so impressive on both sides of the court on this team, so great as a giant interior presence to help limit a lot of the opponents Gonzaga's faced so far this season. But his return is not just a big boost for Gonzaga, and to take them from not struggling to okay, but really from a good team to an exemplary team again. And Gonzaga's maintained their perfect record through WCC play, even without him and Braden Huff, who's still sidelined for his knee injury that has him out 4 to 8 weeks as of a couple weeks ago. So that timeline still looks like it's solid in that, which would be about 2 to maybe about 6 weeks, roughly, as we're looking right now. This dynamic duo of Huff and Ike helped lead the Zags to a top 10 ranking, but a plethora of different wings like Jalen Worley, Ty and Grant Foster, Steele Venters, all these guys have helped kept Gonzaga afloat and thriving through this stretch of the new year. Worley spoke today about how excited both he and Ike are to get back on the court together.
He's kind of come with the same leadership and spirit, whether he was playing or not playing, just letting us know what he sees on the floor. And then he also talked about how excited he is just to be back out with us. Obviously, he's been in our corner the whole time, but being on the floor is a little bit different. So I think he's excited, just as excited as we are to have him back. So I think it's good.
So Ike and Worley certainly will have the daunting task of stopping St. Mary's star big Paulus Morauskas. This guy, you probably heard of him before if you've been following this rivalry. He is so good, over 7 feet tall, leading scorer on St. Mary's, over 19 points a game, 7.5 rebounds a game. This guy's a monster on the glass. And we also talked to the guys who are going to have this coming up at Nightside tonight about just how big the boards are going to be for this game. Gonzaga usually controls rebounding very well across a lot of their wins, but St. Mary's, one of the toughest teams in the nation to rebound against. So that test is going to be on full display right behind me in the kennel on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. I know I can't wait for it. I know Spokane can't wait for it. It's going to be a tremendous final WCC meeting between these two storied West Coast programs. Reporting in Spokane, I'm Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
All right, Jack, thank you. And after this weekend, all eyes are on the Seahawks and the NFL as we count down to the big game. One Spokane charity is cheering as well. It's called Friends of the Children, Eastern Washington. Its national chapter was selected to receive a grant from the NFL's Inspire Change initiative. Local reps are hoping the attention surrounding the Super Bowl will shine a light on their charity as well.
National is where the recognition comes in, but locally it's really going to help us. It's going to bring additional resources in to help. It's going to mean better training for our staff and our mentors, additional supports for our kids, and then obviously the NFL is a huge stage, so it's going to bring a lot of visibility to the work.
And nationally, the nonprofit will receive a $200,000 grant. Friends of the Children focuses on young people who are facing obstacles, and they have professional mentors who help these kids as they grow up. The NFL's Inspire Change program recognizes a select few nonprofit organizations throughout the country with the aim of reducing barriers to opportunity.
Well, our Wishes in Flight Miles Drive is still taking place right now in support of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, air travel is one of the foundation's biggest costs.
Yeah, so far we've raised more than 234,000 miles. Those miles will help turn life's toughest moments into memories that will last a lifetime for kids in our area. Like Seaton in Colbert, whose wish was to meet his favorite baseball team. Take a look.
It was Logan Gilbert, J.P. Crawford, and Julio Rodriguez.
A table full of autographed cards, baseballs, and a very special jersey. A treasure trove for a 13-year-old fan.
I got Edgar Martinez's autograph. It was crazy.
And his love of baseball is deeply rooted in family. Seaton is one of 4 boys in the James family. He's not the oldest brother, but he's clearly the biggest sports fan.
I like football, but baseball's better. Why? Because it is.
His favorite team, without question, the Seattle Mariners.
It's just like the team that I grew up knowing and loving.
Mom Sarah and Dad Jeff are at the head of this sports-loving family. The proud Cougs are raising their kids in Colbert.
He's got so much, talent, such a great personality, amazing sense of humor. He's a great athlete. And, you saw our older boy has special needs. And we just have always tried to treat all of them like, meh, you're fine. Yeah. Rub some dirt in it.
Seaton and his little brother Jude have cystic fibrosis, a genetic, life-threatening disorder. For a long time, that meant breathing treatments twice a day, every day. But thanks to advancements in treatments for their particular gene combination, Seaton no longer has to do that. Instead, he goes to the clinic at Sacred Heart Spokane every 5 to 6 months. And Seaton hasn't had a major respiratory infection in a year.
So if they get them, then it usually is like hospitalization, IV antibiotics, stuff like that. And so you don't usually see people with CF hanging out with each other, unless they're in the family, like our kids. Then all that goes out the window, all the rules.
Doctor's appointments, hospitalizations, and changing medications have never slowed the James boys down. That resilience recognized by Make-A-Wish. Not once, but twice.
Yeah, Jude, because Jude also has cystic fibrosis, so he also had a wish granted, and he wanted that play structure that's out front.
And when it came time for Seaton to make a wish, the choice was easy.
Yeah, I had a few ideas, but I just ultimately decided going to meet the Mariners would be the best. I thought I was gonna go in to a practice or something, and then just get autographs, meet the players, fist bumps, stuff like that.
And then what ended up happening?
I ran the bases at opening day.
Seaton and his parents flew to Seattle and got the VIP treatment.
I have a picture of me holding the trident with Julio. I was kind of in shock.
I was just gonna let those two go. I was like, oh, that'll be a really cool father-son kind of thing. But on the inside, I was like, God, I want to go so bad.
Seaton's wish preserved in priceless memorabilia and priceless memories.
My friend Chase, he's also a huge Mariners fan, and he tried to offer me $150 for one of the autographs.
Right?
I turned him down.
It's a pretty good wish.
Yeah, it's an amazing wish. And just watch, Seaton's going to be running the country one day. That kid is so smart, and he's in a military academy on the other side of the country. So he's not watching tonight, but I hope his parents are. You can help make a child's wish come true tonight by donating your airline miles or making a cash gift. You can call the number on your screen right now. They are waiting to hear the phones ring. The number is 1-800-304-9474, and that line will be open until 8 o'clock tonight.
Well, thank you for that, Kirsten. 4 things to know about your weather. We have more wet weather on the way, some tonight, some tomorrow afternoon. It is going to be unseasonably warm, 10 degrees above average in the mid to upper 40s. Less damp this weekend. I'll explain after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ready for action? It's No Holds Barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, February 5th. Get your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Coeur d'Alene Honda has been here since 1968, owned and operated by the same family for over 57 years.
A lot's changed in 57 years. The way we treat our customers hasn't.
Check out our reviews. With a 4.7 rating, it shows we really care.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, all of our new and select pre-owned Hondas come with our free nationwide lifetime warranty.
If you're looking for that perfect vehicle, we've got you covered.
We work with local credit unions and lenders to get you the best rate possible.
I just got approved with no money down.
Don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Save now at the 2026 Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports Boat Show, January 29th to February 9th. It's a boat show you don't want to miss. You owe it to yourself to see us before you buy. 2026 boats in stock, always the best for less. Like this Tri-Tune 150 horse with trailer. Come and see our indoor showroom located at 1220 Government Way, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And visit our pro shop for all your boating needs. Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports, your pontoon superstore.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay warm this winter with a new heat pump system from Carrier.
So the heating company I called said I needed a new heat pump that would cost over $12,000. A friend said I should call Andy's for a second opinion, and I'm so glad I did. They were honest. All I needed was a reversing valve.
Turn to the experts at Andy's Heating Cooling. Since 1972, thanks to you.
Figuring out how to best care for a senior in your family can be overwhelming. That's why several Spokane senior living communities have joined forces to bring you helpful, timely videos at kxly.com/senior living. Get expert advice, find trusted resources, and prepare your family for the future. Become informed because we know the needs of your loved ones will continue to change. Visit kxly.com/senior living today for helpful information and for people you can contact with your questions.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. And want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
Avalanche, Red Wings, Rangers, Penguins on ABC and the ESPN app.
It's still almost 40 degrees in Spokane today. We got up to 41, 37 and cloudy in Coeur d'Alene. We do have some rain on the way tonight. Taking a look at our satellite and radar right now, it's making its way into the Moses Lake, Othello area. We'll cruise across the Columbia Basin late tonight and into Spokane after midnight, most likely. You may get a sprinkle or two before then, and then we'll see the more steady rain happening in the early morning hours, and it is going to be rain with the snow level quite high. Here's 8 a.m. Friday with that precipitation moving out. We'll get a break from the wet weather until we get into the afternoon. Another quick round of precipitation before we dry out for Friday night. Precipitation totals will be generally fairly light. Most locations getting 1/10 of an inch or less, but a couple of exceptions as we head into the Waterville Plateau, the Okanagan Valley, and the east slopes of the northern Cascades may see some of the higher totals. Snow totals are another story. This is a look at our forecast snow, and really only the highest mountains getting any snow over the next 24 hours, and even at that, it is going to be fairly light. The reason for the rain, the temperatures are going to be well above average by 10 degrees or more for much of the 7-day forecast. At the end, heading up close to 50 degrees on Thursday. This white line way down here is our average high, which is in the mid-30s. No 30s for highs in the 7-day forecast. Overnight lows in the 30s will be above freezing through Sunday morning, and we have a few colder nights ahead as we clear out a little bit later in the week. The precipitation tomorrow coming in the afternoon, but then we dry out for Saturday and Sunday with the clouds and the fog. It may seem like a damp weekend, though. I don't know that we're going to see much, if any, sunshine, and there is a chance of some light rain coming in Sunday night into early Monday morning before we begin drying out again and warming up close to 50 degrees, Derek.
All right, looking forward to that being close to 50. Well, people across the country are expected to rally together for a protest against ICE.
Yeah, organizers are dubbing it a national shutdown, calling for people across the country to not work, not show up for school, and not shop tomorrow. Lee Waldman breaks down the goal of this protest.
I'm so proud of the way our community has responded, but at the same time, we need more from people in positions of power to protect us.
A coalition of organizations across the country are coming together to demand an end to immigration and customs enforcement happening across the U.S. Ben Lewis and Amy Harborn are a part of a union at the University of Minnesota representing graduate workers. Their group is helping arrange a national shutdown Friday. They're calling for no work, no school, and no shopping.
For a lot of these organizers, we understand that it's money that, makes a big statement.
On the website promoting the shutdown, organizers write, quote, "The people of the Twin Cities have shown the way for the whole country. To stop ICE's reign of terror, we need to shut it down." Robert Pape, a political science professor at the University of Chicago, says we are at a crucial moment for our nation's history.
This impacts both Democrats and Republicans. Protest is democracy in action. Protest is crucial.
When looking at the January 30th nationwide protest spurred in part by the shooting deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, he says it's important things remain peaceful across the board.
This seems like a moment in history where the tide of the public can't be denied. This turns on its staying peaceful. That is what's crucial.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com. This is your community, and your stories deserve to be heard. At 4 News Now, we're here to listen, connect, and bring you the news that truly matters. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Thank you.
I got this.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
It's 2026, and Bill's Heating is celebrating the new year with an incredible offer. $26 tune-ups for a limited time. That's a full professional heating system check to keep your furnace running safely, efficiently, and reliably through the heart of winter. Our service trucks are already on the road, and when a Bill's Heating technician pulls into your driveway, you know your comfort is in good hands. So call 208-777-5528 now to schedule your $26 tune-up. Bill's Heating, comfort you can count on.
4 News Now and Beverly's in the Coeur d'Alene Resort present 4 Steps to Flavor.
Hi, my name is Jim Barrett, and today we're going to make seafood gratin. This is a really popular special that we run around Valentine's Day. First, we're going to put the shrimp and scallops in the pan, sauteing them with a little olive oil. We're going to flip them now. They're lightly seared on one side. At this point, we're going to add the sauce. All right, now that the seafood is cooked into the sauce, we're going to put it into our dish. I've piped some mashed potatoes with a piping tip and a pastry bag around the sides. Gives some more richness to this dish. We're gonna pour the lobster sauce over the seafood. We'll finish with some Parmesan cheese. And now we're gonna put it in under the broiler to make the cheese form a crust. After the cheese is browned, we remove it from the broiler and it's ready to serve. Here's our finished seafood gratin.
4 Steps to Flavor, brought to you by Beverly's in the Coeur d'Alene Resort. 4 News Now is brought to you by Zero Res.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, Gonzaga is set to take on one of their biggest rivals this weekend. Sports director Jack Wallace breaks down what the Zags need to do to take down St. Mary's tonight on Nightside starting at 11 o'clock.
We have rain on the way for tonight and a little bit more tomorrow afternoon. Some fog in our forecast and low clouds, but look at all those 40s heading into February.
Yeah, gonna feel warm for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about like the long range because it's like, will it be? And yeah, to see that almost 50 a week.
Yeah, I'm still looking for those big powder days. It's not too late.
Yeah, all the skiers and snowboarders are for sure. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you tonight at 11 for Nightside.
Live stream